Hello and welcome to the gallery. My name is Jon, and today we will be painting up something a bit different. We could paint this old Necromancer model from Warhammer, but I don't feel like it, to be honest. Well, I have this here old Illidan Storm Raids from Warcraft. Still feels a bit on the normal side for my taste today. So let's try to do something completely different, something surprising. Well, it's surprising. Kinder Surprise eggs. I know people in America, they can't really buy these. They are illegal there, but us here in Europe, we can get them pretty much everywhere. So let's rip the tin foil off and see what we got in here. Well, chocolate egg, break that apart, and yellowy goodness. This took a bit of time. Let's try to open the next one a bit quicker. Maybe a little bit of knife will make it a lot easier. Let's try it out. Here we go. Okay, the tinfoil's off, and let's make this clean and nice. Takes a hell of a long time though. Well, 2 eggs down, 1 to go. Let's see what we can find in the third one. Let's try to open this a bit more quickly. We don't have time for this. Yep, there we go. This one is properly open and looks fairly nice. Now what we have to find out is what we are planning to paint today. First egg, it has some sort of car, I'm guessing, some sort of automobile at least, and it goes together eventually. I'm not saying I'm clumsy while doing this, but by the looks of it, I'm quite clumsy while doing this. I think the push-fit models from GW are actually better than this, but perseverance, and we have a small car. That's nice. Well, next egg, and here we have some papers, some stickers, let's see, and some information about it. Let's put it together. It's something red and yellow, and it fits together quite nicely, and it's a fidget spinner. I have no idea, well, don't care about that. Okay, let's see if anything interesting is behind egg number 3, and it's something blue. That's interesting. Let's figure out what it is. Damn, plastic is quite tough to get off, won't rip. I probably have something that I can help with that here. Let me take a look. Nope, still stuck. Well, the knife might help. Yeah, the knife helped. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have a blue elephant. Yep, don't know about that. Well, it's got something inside it. It's a stamp. Don't care about that. Let me see. Car or elephant? Are we going fantasy? Are we going sci-fi? Let's see. Car or elephant? Let's have the car. Now, the first thing we have to do is take a look at it, and it's got some numerical values on the bottom of it and some symbols and stuff like that. We really don't want that on our model, so we have to get rid of that, and this might take a bit of scraping, a bit of filing, but let's just get into the groove of it and get along with it. I might go into it why I'm doing these kinds of builds and not the normal models that everybody is painting and everybody's doing. Basically, these are cheap products that I am using just to find some inspiration, to find something interesting out of the uninteresting. And it might help me while I'm building something bigger, something more interesting later on, to have tried something out and maybe failed, maybe succeeded, who knows. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make a little bit of base for a bit. I got bark on just an old GW base, and I'm going to paint a ramp on it so it might be jumpy. Now, to make the ramp stick out of the ground, I'm going to drill a hole into both of it and through the entire thing, and the wire will end up inside the car as well, so everything will be nice and neat. Now, let's just take a look at my lovely hands doing all the visual work while I sit here and wait for something interesting to say. Now I pump a lot of super glue in there to hold it all together. The bark is gonna soak up a lot of glue, so we're gonna use a lot of it. Off camera, after this has dried, I'm gonna add some modeling paste around the wire underneath, so it'll go a little bit more flush, look a little bit better after we paint it up. First thing first, I have cleaned the entire car because you never know what the hell is outside this on the outside of this plastic. And then I sprayed it with some clear varnish, just so the paint will grip a little bit better. Now I painted it with black and start going over it with a dark red. We're going for a bright red, but we want the dark color underneath, just to give it a little bit of oomph, a little bit of gravitas. Now we start with a little bit of the lighter red on it. Something a bit different that I do, instead of using regular shades, I often thin out the GW contrast paints and paint them instead of shades, just to tie the main color a little bit more together, and makes a little bit of shade to it, but not too much. I do a little bit of highlighting with red mixed with orange. And since we're doing something different and having fun with it, let's put some fire on it, yeah. That looks like something you would put on a car. I don't know, I paint models, I don't fix cars. Also, because this is a cheap build that I don't really care about, I can have fun with a little bit of freehand, practice that. Put a little bit of yellow on the spoiler in the back, start with an orange, then put yellow on top of it, and then an orange contrast paint, and then highlight the yellow again. And it comes out okay. Put a little bit of gray on the black tires, not too much, don't care too much about it because we will be putting dirt on them later on. And then silver on the undercarriage, and on the sides of the car, on the window, I put silver on all the windows, and then later on I will add some blue tint to that. Like you see, I put a little bit of blue tint, that's a blue Athletic blue contrast paint again, that I put on top of the silver, thinned out a little bit, just to give it that tint of window. And then a little bit of old yellow glaze I found it myself, with the flashlights, front lights. Put a bit of black shade on all the silver parts. You want them a little bit on the grimier side, but not too dark or grimy. Now for the bottom part of the car, we just dry brush silver on top of it, and then we edge highlight the silver on top of the trunk, of the front bit of the car. Now we're back to the base. I didn't put anything to seal in the bark. I'm just gonna throw down a brown paint on top of all the bark. It's gonna soak a lot of paint up, but it's a quick build just for fun. A little bit of brown contrast paint on top of it, and then a little bit of gray, dark gray contrast paint as well. This will all mix together a little bit, make it dark, make it interesting. And it's quick, that's the main thing. We're doing quick here, we're not going fancy, we're going quick. Then I dry brush tan paint on top of everything, and that ties it all together and makes it quite earthy. And here we go. Car jumping off into the unknown. Now if you like this and want to see more of this, some of these toy builds or something more classical like a display piece or Underworld Warband or some GW typical characters, please comment down below. And since this is a YouTube channel, all the usual shenanigans apply. Like, share, subscribe, take a photo, send to your mom, I don't care. Everything is appreciated. Thank you and hope to talk to you soon again. farewell.